After a dominant senior season, Luka Navarro had done everything he set out to accomplish. Championships, awards, rivalries, growth. But now, the biggest decision of his young career stood right in front of him. One final decision before becoming eligible for the 2026 NBA Draft. One final opportunity to prepare for the biggest stage in basketball. The options were everywhere. Play professionally in Europe against grown men, join the G League Ignite and face future NBA talent, play college basketball and dominate on the biggest stage in America, or continue developing internationally, sharpening every detail of his game. Every path had its advantages. Every path carried risk. And every decision would shape how ready Luka would be when his name was finally called on draft night. Before making his decision, Luka hit the summer circuit, determined to test his game against the best players in the world. His first stop, the prestigious Nike Hoop Summit, an event known for showcasing elite international talent and future NBA stars. Against some of the most talented prospects on the planet, he was going to have to bring his A game. Guys like Quincy Porter, AJ DeBenza, Cameron Boozer, and Boogie Flan were all on the other side representing America. But the international team, they had a few weapons of their own, including Braden Exum, Luis Suarez, and my guy, Luka Navarro. This was looking to be a show. Man, this game should have been played on the 4th of July with all the fireworks that was going to be going off. This was a game that was full of potential future NBA stars, potential faces of the league. I guess we was going to see who was going to rise to this occasion or who was going to come out on top. Luka had been making such a big impact, he was actually averaging a triple-double so far throughout the tournament. And man, it was easy to get buckets and just look good on the court when you had guys like Luis Suarez and Braden Exum out there just doing their thing. And then, Quincy Porter was on the other side. He was doing his thing too. And although he is from Australia, he obviously has American roots too. So he decided to play this game on the side of the U.S. And I don't think Luka and them guys was taking too kindly to that. But truthfully, none of that even seemed like it mattered to Quincy. He was out there just trying to do work and show the scouts what he could do. Against some of the most talented prospects on the planet, Luka stood out immediately. His length disrupted passing lanes, his explosiveness in transition created highlight after highlight, and his ability to impact both ends of the floor caught the attention of scouts from every NBA team. Next, Luka returned to the global stage at the NBA Academy, a proving ground designed to prepare next generation of NBA talent. By this point, rumors about Luka's size had reached a new level. Some scouts claimed he was pushing 7 feet tall. Others were convinced his wingspan gave him a defensive advantage few prospects could match. And during the academy runs, Luka showcased something that separated him from most players his age: versatility, switching defensively, creating offense, dominating inside, and stepping out comfortably on the perimeter. He was really out there showing all his tools, coming up with multiple blocks with that crazy wingspan. And those blocks, well, they would lead to a lot of highlight plays in transition. He had become known for getting nice at finishing at the rim, with authority at that. At Basketball Without Border, Luka's presence was impossible to ignore. Coaches praised his motor, scouts highlighted his defensive instincts, executives began discussing where he could land in the draft, even a full year in advance. But what impressed evaluators most wasn't just the athleticism, it was the maturity, his leadership, and the way Luka elevated everyone else around him. But coaches, scouts, and executives witnessed something they weren't expecting. A 14-year-old standing nearly 6'10 already, moving with the coordination of a guard, but finishing plays with the power of a center. The name quickly spread across scout circles. Kostas Karagiannis, a prospect from Greece, a country that has quietly produced elite basketball minds for decades. But Kostas wasn't just skilled, he was an anomaly. Fluid footwork, explosive second jumps, defensive instincts that seemed years ahead of his age, and most shocking of all, he looked completely comfortable dominating against older competition. Some scouts began whispering something rarely said about a player that young: generational, physical tools. By now, Luka was no stranger to hype. He had seen rising stars come and go, but something about Kostas just felt different. By halftime, the two young stars had been putting on a show, and things between them were tight. But Kostas was not backing down to the challenge at all, and he was showing why people were so high on his potential. Coming up with blocks that led to big highlight dunks in transition. The gym felt different that day. Executives from the NBA front offices filled the sidelines. International scouts leaned forward in their seats. Camera crews positioned themselves along the baseline because today, two of the most intriguing young prospects in the world would share the same court. Luka, already known for his elite feel for the game and advanced footwork, but Kostas, a rising mystery prospect with unmatched physical upside. These two different styles, well, they were colliding. Two different journeys with the same destination. Luka began adjusting the games, slowing the tempo and manipulating the angles, using patience instead of speed. Both players putting their full repertoire on display and showing the scouts what they had. But in the end, Luka Navarro came out on top. And Luka was faced with a decision to go back to Italy, Australia, or potentially even go back home and play for Barcelona. And we can't forget the G League was always an option too. But I guess we just gonna have to wait and see.